Hello. Well, I had a video last year about Thanksgiving, or there's different signs, but I really wanted to concentrate on an issue that's called SAD, seasonal affect disorder or sickness. So that's why I want to talk about those signs. So affect, A-F-F-E-C-T. And I think I do have a video about the difference between A-F-F-E-C-T and E-F-F-E-C-T. So affect, A-F-F-E-C-T, can be an illness or it's an influencer. So that you would use that sign where your non-dominant hand, the hand you do not write with, doesn't really do anything. But the right hand has this flat O. This is not white, but it kind of feels like it's white. So anyway, it has, and it goes out as an influence. Affect. Now, effect, E-F-F-E-C-T, it can be confused, but it's like the result of, an R result. And you could do this way. That's like weekend. So I do result, consequences. I really do more go into the English on that particular word. So seasonal affect disorder. And I have a problem with doing that. Sickness. You could do problem as well. With syndrome, those kinds of things, they are a problem, or you could do an illness. So, and it's SAD, and you spell it S-A-D. And so seasonal affect disorder happens to many people during the winter. It can happen in different seasons, but it seems to happen more during the fall and the winter. And there's a couple of reasons, or several reasons why. So the first one is because it gets dark. You know, you could say sooner, short time, or you could say it's dark, like the day is short, right? It gets dark, faster. It's dark sooner. I don't know that I would use that sign for that, sooner. I would say it's dark faster, or dark early is what I would use. It gets dark early. I would use that one. So so the first one is it gets dark early. And second, it's cold, so most people or many people stay home a lot. And if you're home alone, then you have more time to dwell on things that maybe you should not do, or you just kind of go into yourself, and sometimes that's not a good thing. Sometimes it's good to really ponder about things, but to dwell on it, if it's negative, sometimes it's not really good. So we have those three things and then sometimes if you are prone to depression, so I use my open 8 hands and go down. Depression, you can also do D for depression. And I see both, and I think I use both. It depends on if that deaf person uses depression or depression. Because if you go all the way down, that usually means, nude, naked, that kind of thing. Because it's blank, that kind of thing. But I also see this for depression. You're depressed. Really, you're sad. And depression is not really sad. And so that's why they have this sign. Because it's like, your whole inside is, right, empty, deflated, that type of thing. So that's why they use that sign. You could use depression. You could use this sign. Sad, but sad is a little bit different than depression. So I probably, I would not use that for depression. And then if they're like, they don't have friends or family members that are not around, or maybe they've had a recent loss, like a divorce or a death in the family, be prone to that tendency. Again, open 8 hands. That's the feely finger. I've already explained this before, but like if you, on your middle finger, if you're cut, you'll bleed a lot more. So it's a feely finger. So it has all the emotions in there. So sad is a very important time, and this sometimes when people get sad or this seasonal depressive sickness, sometimes it will cause, or they will go through or go ahead with suicide. Now, suicide, you could spell it, but it's also obviously kill yourself. So you could do kill in two different ways. You could do, this is the sign for kill in general, just the index finger. Or you could do a K. It's the same thing, right? It's the same sign. It's the same movement. Nothing's different except one you're using a K and one is you're doing just, it doesn't matter. It's just your preference or what you learn to do or what other people around you do. So to kill themselves. A, open A hand shape. This is regular A. This is open A hand shape. Themselves. They kill themselves. Suicide. So you have to be careful with yourself, with your family members, and your friends. And ask them how they're doing. Hopefully you can help them not be alone. And there's lonely and there's alone, right? You can be lonely, you can be alone, and there is a difference. It's like, it's not just having people around, but it's like someone that you really feel that connection with, which causes that loneliness, right? It's just this, alone, lonely, alone. And they are used interchangeably. So I wouldn't really, just like with a lot of other signs, if it's, like with affect or affect, it really means the same, and you know what they mean. So during Thanksgiving, so I'll do some of those signs. So Thanksgiving, I do double hands just because it's a time of gratefulness. Some people do Thanksgiving. Some people do turkey with it's a Q hand shape, but it's like that little gobbler, right? That goes down for the turkey. That's a sign for turkey. So they might say Turkey Day, Thanksgiving Day. I see a lot of Turkey Day, but I prefer Thanksgiving. So it's up to you. So when you see around the holidays, and this is like if you have suspenders and you put your thumbs underneath the suspenders and you're taking off, right? I'm off. Holiday, because you're not working unless you're a farmer. So, but that's holiday, or I'm taking off. So that's for Thanksgiving. And of course, there's so many food signs, and we've done those. So you might want to go back and say, type in Thanksgiving, and I'll name this something else. So we have that time of year. And then soon it will be Christmas, and then I can include that. But I've also done a Christmas video last year as well. So make sure you look at that. But the real focus was on sad, seasonal, affect disorder. And take care of yourself and your friends. I'll see you later. Bye.